Welcome to the Drilling and Fluids Lab. So this lab is meant for studying properties of fluids. Before we go into the lab, we need to see all the signs and what they are meaning. So our safety is first in this lab. So before getting to this lab, you need to have protective gloves, you need to have safety glasses, and no food or cell phone or headphones are allowed inside this lab. This is the safety information card approved by the safety department at the university. So here you'll find the contact person in case you need anything, any question or any problem inside the lab. These are the people that you need to contact. Also here you see the chemical hazards. So we can see in this lab we have flammable material, we have gas cylinders, we have oxidizers, and we have waste chemicals. So this will give me an idea on what I have. So we can see here that safety glasses, safety gloves, and some protocol is required. So this is the requirement in this lab. Everything is described here, so students are advised to read this sheet before going into the lab. We have our gloves on, our glasses on, then we can go inside the lab. Still with the safety, so as you can see here, we have our emergency evacuation plan. We tell our students, this is the emergency plan at the first session when we have a safety introduction session before any lab. We do it each semester. We give them this introduction session. So we tell them how to read these maps. So you are here and you can know where are the exits. You can see where are some fire extinguishers. So for example here, we have our fire extinguisher. You can see the date on it when it was last inspected. It was on 11/23/2020. And the initial of the person and the contact number. You can just break the glass and pull the handle for firmly, and then you'll get access to it. Also, we have our first aid and safety kit, which is filled. It has all material in it necessary. Also, we have our safety glasses to provide for students who doesn't have any, and also we have gloves for them, and we always tell them to keep the area clean and be their own housekeeper in the lab. So students, when they leave the lab, they need to clean it. Then with safety also, this equipment here is whenever you have any chemical that touches your body, touches your head, or touches your eyes, so you can use this equipment. So this one is for the eyes and for the head cleaning, and this equipment here is to shower when you have chemicals all over your body. You just push it and the water will come to clean you. Also, students, they need to follow these yellow lines, so they are not allowed past these lines. So only authorized personnel can step in these spots that they are marked with yellow. And you can see, for example, we have our air bottles. They are firmly secured in the appropriate place approved by the university. And university safety department needs to approve these places because, as you can see, we have flammable gases. So they need to be firmly and continuously we keep checking that they are in a safe place. Students, when they come into the lab, they can either leave their bags and their school bags in the classrooms, or they can put them on this table or under this table. Once we make sure that all the safety measures are followed, now weak students can start doing their experiments. For example, here, as you can see, so these are drilling fluid measurement equipments. We have some mixers, and when we are dealing with mixers, so we are expecting maybe some fluid can just come out from these caps. So this is why safety glasses are very important to wear when you are doing such experiments. So these are fluid viscosity viscometers and rheometers, so we can measure the viscosity and the rheological properties of your mud. So this is our bentonite clay that we keep it in a secure place, and it should have the label on it. We keep it in secure places. We open it today just for demonstration purposes. So we make the mixture and then we keep it again in a safe place out of reach of everyone. We have also some other equipment stored here. As you can see, these are Marsh funnels to measure viscosity in the field. This is for measuring the density of fluids. Okay, so this will help me to, I fill this cup with drilling mud, and then I can measure how much pound per gallon of fluid I have. Then moving to this station here, we are still with drilling fluids, so this equipment, it's hot, so we advise students to use it carefully. So there is a manual, and either, because the heat won't be from outside, but if you are dealing with the inside equipment, you need to have some proper gloves to operate this equipment when you are dealing with high temperature. And this equipment helps to measure the filtration of the mud. These are some digital for resistivity meters for the fluid. This is a wettability test apparatus, and this is an oil fluoroscope that allows me to tell if I have oil left in my sample or not after I clean it. Moving to this part of equipment here, we can see that also we have some bottles, and they are well secured in place. Okay, some gases are flammable here. Okay, so for example, this gas here is non-flammable nitrogen, and this one here I can see the label on the side, so it's also non-flammable. Okay, so these nitrogen are used for the gas permeameter and gas porosimeter to measure permeability and porosity of a rock sample. Coming to this part here, so we have our sand shaker. Okay, so we have our material safety data sheet for all the equipment. We have it here, so students can go and consult it at any time. So this one here generates a lot of noise, so some students, they are advised sometimes to put some plugs in their ears. If they are using this, we put the sand, and then it will separate it in different meshes to know the size distribution of the sand. This is a high pressure machine too, so we need to deal with it carefully. Glasses and gloves are very important when operating this equipment. This is the saturation machine where you saturate your core with oil. Now if you want to clean the core, as you can see, we have this big venting machine. This is the Dean Star apparatus. As you can see, there is this screen, and it's always down because we are dealing with some toluol chemicals, and we don't want students, when they are dealing with this equipment, to have to inhale the gases that come out from this equipment. This is why we have this vent coming up. As you can see from the top, we need to activate it, and also we need to keep this door down so the air, the gases doesn't come. So you can see here, turn on cold water when using mental heater. So when we are using the heater, we need to turn on the cold water. Slowly lower glass sash to maintain fume extraction. So slowly this also, there are some instructions that students need to follow carefully on how to operate these doors and how to operate this equipment, because it has some chemicals. Also some chemicals are stored here in the bottom, okay? And they need to follow the university safety guidelines on how to store the waste of chemicals, okay? And masks also are required when you are running an experiment here. They are not, so it depends on what chemical you are using. You can put masks when you are using it. But the vent should be working as soon as this starts operating. Here we have different containers. When you want to make any mixture of brine, any fluid, you have some magnetic stirrer. You put your cap with the magnetic stirrer to mix it. You have some distilled water and different type of containers that you can use them and put the labels on. So everything should be labeled, so we know what we have. So if we find any container that's not labeled in this lab, we ask the same time who knows what's that. If we don't know it, we'll throw it away after we make sure what it is, because we cannot keep any container here that has fluid that we don't know what it is. It might be toxic, so it's very important to know. As you can see here, if they need anything, they need to write what kind of fluid they have inside. This is also the gas permeameter, so spare one we have. This is an equipment also that work with pressure bottles. Okay, so this is for capillary pressure measurements. And finally, we have the high sensitivity balances. You can see this, for example, this one, it helps to measure at the order of 0.0001 gram. So basically, these are the equipments we have in this drilling and fluid lab, and always safety is the first measure we have. We provide to students gloves and masks, glasses, everything, so we make sure before they come here they are safe, because safety is first in our labs. Thank you.